my loves, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm actually talking about one of these viral products on TikTok. This is the L'Oreal Perfect Match Serum Foundation. It's got hyaluronic acid and I was seeing everybody just rave about this product. So I thought, why not just go ahead and try it on? I actually found this very interesting, the formula, and also a lot of people have been comparing this to one of the very best-selling high-end foundation. They actually compare this to the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation, which also has a very serum consistency. So let's start the video and talk about it. So I ordered mine. I paid somewhere around 11 Swiss francs because it was on sale. I got it from Zalando. And I think in this state, so now I'm just looking up at Ulta Beauty and it's somewhere around $20, but I think the price, they just kind of vary. And again, I don't think it was too much that I paid for a foundation like this, and you get 30 ml of the product, which is quite good. Now I'm going to quickly talk about the packaging because there's something that bothers me a lot. So this is like a glass packaging, transparent. You can see the color of the foundation. It comes with a dropper. I don't actually like the dropper that dispenses the foundation because it gets quite messy and it's a very runny formula. So every time I'm trying to take the product or put the pipette back in, there's like foundation all around the neck, and I have used this a couple of times and I've been very careful to put it back because I don't like the foundation spilling around the neck. But it didn't matter how careful I was, there's still like a lot of foundation just around the neck of the bottle. So I'm not a big fan of the packaging. It looks beautiful and all, but I think a pump dispenser would have been much better, and also given the fact that it's a very runny consistency, I think that's why they went with the dropper. But overall, I just find it a very messy packaging. Now, I am in the shade 4 to 5 middle, and which is like a medium shade. And they have in total 10 shades to choose from. Now, a lot of people have been complaining about the shade range. Now, here's the thing. If you check their website, these 10 shades are really very different. So they have like extremely deep to extremely light, and they have few things in between. So there's a huge shade range, but people do complain about it because they say that 10 shades are not enough. Now, if this would be a high coverage foundation, of course that would make sense, but this is a very lightweight serum foundation, so you cannot actually go wrong with this. I was contemplating for the longest time if I fall under the middle category or the one which is higher than this, which is 5 to 6, and that's tan. And I am very impressed with this because it covers a huge range of skin tones. Again, it's not a high coverage foundation, and they've said that that's a very light weight formula. So I think the shade match shouldn't be a problem because it just kind of goes on like a veil, and it's not going to work as a concealer, and it's not going to be a high coverage formula. They do talk and advertise this with saying that it's got 1% hyaluronic acid, and that's why they call it a serum foundation. But I think that's something different. I think the serum foundation it's called a serum foundation because of the consistency, because it feels like a serum, but this is definitely not replacing your skincare at all. The good thing about this is that it goes on very smoothly. So I've tried it on dry skin today. It's winter here. I have a combination skin type, but around this time of the year my skin is really dry, and I use a very hydrating skincare regime during this time. And also my last step, which is a sunscreen, I'll go for a heavy sunscreen during winter, but today on purpose I used a sunscreen that I used during the summertime, which is a very oil-free formula, and it actually has like powder in it, so it kind of makes my entire face matte, and it was so uncomfortable to wear that today, but I just did that because I wanted to see how this feels like on dry skin. On oily skin, combination skin type, it will go on like a dream. It goes on beautifully. And today when I checked it on my dry skin, again there was absolutely no complaint. I actually have a lot of these pimples here. I have definitely reacted to something, or these could also be like hormonal acne because I've been struggling with that for almost a month, and I think it kind of influenced my self-esteem because I don't come that much online, or I just don't want to show my face. But I think it's all up in my head because you know, some things are just bound to happen. Anyway, so I used the foundation today, and see, I'm quite impressed by how it is still showing my skin through, but at the same time it's not concealed everything, and I like that fact. I liked when my skin is still a little bit visible, and maybe the 1% hyaluronic acid makes it so easy and such a dream to put on, but it's definitely not going to replace your skincare at all. That being said, I was really impressed by the way it was so blendable. Now, a lot of guys that I've seen reviewing this foundation went on with a beauty blender, but I would not recommend that. Just go with a brush like I've done, a stippling or foundation brush, but do not use a beauty blender because the formula is so thin, it's so runny, that you're just going to waste a lot of that product, and beauty blenders just kind of absorb you know, liquid. So you can just also use your fingers. I don't like using fingers to apply my foundation because I just don't like the feeling of foundation on my fingers, and then I just keep on running and washing my hands. Let's talk about the staying power. I have used this foundation maybe 5 to 6 times now. I also used it during a day during which the weather was expected to be a little bit on the warmer side, and it just stayed put the entire day. And I absolutely forgot that I was wearing a foundation. I did not feel any oily or greasiness, even though I have a combination skin, more towards the oily type. It just stayed on like a dream, and I absolutely forget that I'm wearing a foundation every time I use this. At the end of the day, I do feel that it kind of settles into this line right over here, and that's the problem that I have with most of the foundations, so I'm not going to complain about it. But it just feels like there's a crack around here. Otherwise, my smile lines are perfect around the eyes. There's no cakiness, nothing. And with this formula, you can go on with a little bit, or you can layer it, and if you really want that full coverage, then I think you first of all won't incline towards using this foundation. You'll just go ahead and get a full coverage foundation. I also feel like they have a bit of some sort of glitter, but not glitter, it's like more the brightening thing that you would find in a highlighter, and that does the trick because when you apply this foundation, you just feel fresh, and you just feel like there's so much life all of a sudden, and it's such a dewy finish. And even if you have an oily skin, you will enjoy this formula, but maybe you'll have to use a little bit of powder to kind of just settle this down, not too much. I think that would just end up making your face extremely dry, but I was amazed the way this fared on my skin, being so different during this time of the year where it was extremely dry or oily. It just performed amazingly well. Now, would I recommend this? I would definitely 100% recommend this also to people who don't like using foundation. And I think this is going to be my replacement to all BB creams and CC creams and all lightweight foundations that I've tried, because it just feels so good. It just feels so hydrating, and it feels so nice to have it on your face. As much as I love makeup, I don't really like using a lot of foundations, and of course when I'm doing a YouTube video like today, I would definitely make sure that I am using some makeup, because not because I don't want to show my real face, but I kind of enjoy that process of getting ready and then sitting in front of the camera. And other than that, again, this is, like I said, it just shows your skin through, so you don't feel like it's absolutely fake, and you know, if I go bare without makeup, people are not going to recognize me. It did not break my skin out. Even though I have a sensitive skin, I've used this and I've not had any problems whatsoever. It doesn't stay put, it does transfer, because I've been wearing mask and I could see it transferring on my mask, but every time I would spray a setting spray, like a makeup setting spray on top of this, it would just stay like any other makeup would. So that's a good point. Again, the transfer is not too much, which is going to irritate you, because I think it gets more absorbed in the skin. What I absolutely love about this product is the performance, the way it stays, the way it blends, and it's not at all streaky, and the shade match is just amazing. So you won't go wrong trying to find a shade. I think I could easily do with this even during summer when my skin is a little bit more on the tanner side, because it just kind of blends in so well, and it's just like some sort of magic that happens, and I'm absolutely loving the way it makes my face feel comfortable even during winter time. I'm very much looking forward to using this foundation more often. And I've also used this last time when I haven't actually uploaded that video, but it's about Zara perfumes, and I did talk about all my Zara fragrances. And in that video, I was just wearing this alone, and even today it's just this foundation with a little bit of concealer under my eyes, just because I wanted to put the entire look together. So overall, I'm enjoying this product, and I'm really happy L'Oreal came out with this. Go ahead, try it, especially if you don't like cakey foundations, if you don't like anything heavy on your face, or if you like BB creams. Go and try this, because I think it's next level from BB cream. It's even BB cream is a bit on the heavier side when it comes to this foundation. So I think the amount that you pay for this foundation is not bad. A little goes a long way, especially if you want to use it every day. You definitely would benefit a lot from this foundation. And I absolutely understand now the hype that's going around the Serum foundation from L'Oreal. So that's all for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it and found it useful. If you are new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you're notified every time I come up with a new video. I'm sending you lots of love. Bye.